Hello YouTube, it is me again with another Magic the Gathering deck tech video. This video will be over my red-green aggro colored deck. Basically the first deck I ever started Magic with, and I hope you guys enjoy this video more than the last one. So to start off the deck, we got our lands, and I'm sorry that took so long. I do know the mana cost. We have 12 red mana in the deck. That is 12 red. Right there. 12 red mana to start it off. And then we have 12 green mana to start it off as well. The 12 green is right here. These 12 green mana forest. All right there. So those are the mana, and then we have two other mana in the deck. We have Stomping Ground. As it enters the battlefield, Stomping Ground adds red or green mana to your pool, and as it enters the battlefield, you may pay 2 life. If you don't, Stomping Ground enters the battlefield tapped. And then we have another card, Jewel Guildgate. It's red or green mana to your pool, and it enters the battlefield tapped as well. So that is our land base of this deck, and it's very useful to have those red-green cards because it's a red-green deck. Let's get into the creatures. First card in the creatures, Rumbling Baloth. 4-drop mana, 2 green, 2 colorless, a 4/4. Pretty beefy creature to have, but it's really good. We have our next creature, a new card, Siege Dragon. 7 mana, 2 red, 5 colorless, flying. When it enters the battlefield, destroy all walls your opponents control. When it attacks, if defending player controls no walls, it deals 2 damage to each creature without flying that player controls. And it is a 5/5 with flying. Beefy card from Magic 15. We have our next one, Forgestoker Dragon. 6 mana card. 2 mana for the red, 4 colorless, flying. When you tap 1 red and 1 colorless, it deals 1 damage to target creature. The creatures can't block this combat. Activate the ability only if it is attacking, and it is a 5/4. Gruul Rage Beast is our next card here. It is a 7 mana drop. 1 green, 1 red, and 5 colorless. When it or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, the creature fights a target creature an opponent controls. And this is a 6/6. As you guys can tell, this is like a big creature deck. Pensive Minotaurs. We actually have 2 of these bad boys in here. 3 mana drop, 1 red, 2 colorless, when there are 2 3s. So, yeah, there's some that are small. Another one here, Zurta Druid. 1 green, 1 red, adds green mana to your pool, and whenever it's used for mana, it deals 1 damage to a target opponent, to each opponent, and it's a 1/1. So, little badass that is. This one is Maze Behemoth. Helps with those multicolored creatures. Got the 6 mana draw. 1 green, 5 colorless. Trample. Multicolored creatures you control gain trample, and it's a 5/4. We got our Jungle Weaver next. 7 drop, 2 green, 5 colorless. It has reach and cycling 2. You pay 2 colorless mana, discard a card, draw a card. 5/6. Then we have Maze Rusher as our next card. Another maze. It has 1 red, 5 colorless. It is haste, and multicolored creatures you control have haste. And it is a 6/3. So, very good card as well. We have Flinthoof Boar as our next card. Sorry about that, guys. My mom just walked by, but it's no big deal. Flinthoof Boar is a 1 green, 1 colorless, and it gets a +1/+1 as long as you control a mountain. And if you tap the red mountain, you gain haste until end of turn, and it is a 2/2. So it's another good card to have in the deck. We have Zurta Ancient. 5 mana, 1 red, 1 green, and 3 colorless. Whenever a player taps a land for mana, that player adds 1 mana to his or her mana pool of any type of land. Produce. And it's a 7/5. Sorry about that, guys. Couldn't hardly read it. But it's cool. Elvish Mystic is our next card. 1 green, and it adds green mana to your pool, and it's a 1/1. Good card to send out right in the beginning of the game. Wall of Fire. 2 red, 1 colorless, defender, and it has a +1 until end of turn when you tap 1 red, so it's a 5 defender. That's a really good card to keep out there for big creatures. Deadly Recluse, another good one for blocking creatures with flying and attacking in general. 1 green, 1 colorless. It has Reach and Death Touch with a 1/2. Our next card here is Goblin Piker. 1 red, 1 colorless, and it's a 2/1. Raging Goblin. 1 red, haste, 1/1. It's a good card to send out in the beginning. Shino Sand Scout. I love this card. 1 red, 1 colorless, haste, and at the end of the turn you can return it to your hand only if it's in play. So you can hit, and then you can return it right back, and it's a 2/1. Fire Elemental. 5 drop, 2 red, 3 colorless, 5/4. Ruination Worm is a 6 drop, 1 red, 1 green, 4 colorless, and it's a 7/6. Gravetiller Worm is the last creature in the deck with 1 green and 5 colorless, 6 drop, trample, and it has Morbid. When it enters the battlefield, if a creature died this turn, you put 4 +1/+1 counters on it until the end. Yeah, put a 4 +1/+1s on it. So it's a 4/4 with trample, and if a creature died, it gets an 8/8 with trample. That is the creatures in this deck. Now let's get into the shorter stuff. Instants. We have a Titanic Growth. 1 green, 1 colorless. Target creature gets a +4/+4 until end of turn. 2 drop. Beacon of Destruction. We have 5 drop, 2 red, 3 colorless. It deals 5 damage to a target creature or player, and you shuffle it back into your library. We have 2 Serpent's Gift, actually, and we have 2 of those. So let me separate those real quick. That's all I needed to do. So 2 Serpent's Gift. We have 3 mana drop, 1 green and 2 colorless, and target creatures gain Death Touch until end of turn. For the 2 I said creatures. Just target creature, but yeah. Smelt is our next instant in the deck, and it is a destroy target artifact, 1 red. So that's a good card. 2 Chandra's Outrage. 4 mana drop, 2 red, 2 colorless, and it deals 4 damage to a target creature and 2 damage to that creature's controller. Predator's Report is our next card with 1 green, 2 colorless. Choose a target creature you control. You gain life equal to that creature's power plus its toughness. Incinerate is our next red card here, our instant. 1 red, 1 colorless, 2 drop, and deals 3 damage to a target creature or player, and a creature dealt damage this way cannot be regenerated this turn. Fist of Anvil is our next and last instant. It is a 1 red, 1 colorless, and it gets a target creature +4 attack until the end of turn. Those are the instants within the red-green deck. Let's get on to the sorceries, and then we will go into the enchantments, and that is the end of this deck. Now, I believe all this is sorted, and it is good. For the first sorcery in the deck, we have Make-A-Wish. We have 4 drop, 1 green, 3 colorless, and it returns 2 cards at random from your graveyard to your hand. Being random, that means the opponent will have your cards face down like this, basically, and you will choose between which cards you want. Other than that, it's still a good card. Traitorious Blood is our next sorcery in the deck. 2 red, 1 colorless, 3 drop. Gain control of a target creature until end of turn. Untap it, and it gains trample and haste until end of turn. If you guys have heard of Act of Treason only gives your creature haste until end of turn, so it is not the same card. Here is Sky Reaping. It is a 2 drop, 1 green, 1 colorless, and it deals damage to each creature with flying equal to your devotion to green. So however much green mana you have is how much damage it's dealing to each creature with flying, even yours. Now I have 2 of these bad boys, and let me tell you, they are bad boys. These are Seismic Stomp. 2 color drop, 1 red, 1 colorless, and it's creatures without flying can't block the turn. So if they have no creatures with flying in their deck, they can't block that turn. It's a good card. We have another one here, Lava Axe. It's actually a sorcery. Oh, we're on sorceries. I'm sorry. Lava Axe. 5 drop, 1 red, 4 colorless, and it deals 5 damage to a target player. Blaze is a good card. 1 red and X amount of mana. Blaze deals X amount to damage to target creature or player. So to either the player, it can kill him, or it can kill a creature off. Or it can end the game. I mean, if you tap the right amount of mana, you can end the game with that card. Here is Shatterstorm. 2 red, 2 colorless. Destroy all artifacts, and they cannot be regenerated. So even your artifacts will be destroyed. But since there are no artifacts in my deck, it is perfect. All of the Guilds is our next sorcery. 1 red, 2 colorless, and monocolored creatures cannot block this turn. So all regular colored creatures cannot block. Volcanic Hammer. 1 red, 1 colorless, and it deals 3 damage to a target creature or player. The last 3 cards of this deck, my friends, are Primal Visitation for 1. We got 5 drop here. 1 green, 1 red, and 3 colorless. Enchanted creature gets a +3/+3 and has haste. Absolutely amazing. Then we have Gruul Warchant. It is a 4-drop. 1 red, 1 green, and 2 colorless. Each attacking creature you control gets a +1 attack and cannot be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. So it means they have to be blocked by at least 2 creatures in order to be blocked. Absolute destruction. Ordeal of Perforos is our last card in the deck. 1 red, 1 colorless. Enchanted creature. Whenever the enchanted creature attacks, you put a +1/+1 on it. If it has 3 or more +1/+1s, you can sacrifice this card. It does not mean you remove the +1/+1 counters. People get that mixed up a lot. Trust me, it doesn't mean that. Anyway, when you sacrifice this card, it will deal 3 damage to a target creature or player. That was my red-green deck. I hope you guys enjoy. I really like this Magic game. I'm glad I ever got into this. If you guys want to keep watching my videos, thank you for the support. Thank you for watching. I know not many people watch my videos, but it's even good to see like 10 views. I feel good about it because I do like this, and I like doing it. It's a hobby I like to do. So if you guys could just keep supporting me, like and subscribe to my videos, I would very much appreciate it. I will be posting more Magic decks probably this Saturday because my brother wants me to post up his werewolf deck, which is an absolute beast. I hope you guys enjoy. Other than that, this is Pac-Man Trolls signing out. Thank you for watching.